Hey, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Matty B here with Matty B Wrestling, and today we are going over the Raw after Mania. So the show started off with Seth Rollins coming out to celebrate his victory over Brock Lesnar. Said he did it for the WWE Universe. The crowd started chanting, "You deserve it," and he said, "No, we deserve it." It was a pretty cool moment. He was then interrupted by the New Day, who came out to congratulate him, and then Kofi did also issue a challenge for him for a winner-take-all champion versus champion main event for Raw tonight, or for Raw that evening, and of course Seth accepted, and that set up the main event for the evening. So we did have our main event there. It was a nice setup, nice segment. It's pretty good. They were then followed by Hawkins and Ryder, the newly crowned Raw tag team champions, to take on the Revival in a rematch from WrestleMania. The champions did retain. They kind of duped the Revival again. The Revival went for a Shatter Machine on Ryder, but they had missed that there was a blind tag from Hawkins, so they hit the move, pinned Ryder. He wasn't the legal man, of course, so the ref didn't count. Hawkins then came in, rolled up Dawson, and they got the 1-2-3. So we have them holding on to the championships immediately following WrestleMania, which is cool. They didn't lose them the next day, which is good. So we'll see what goes on with them moving forward. Baron Corbin did come out next. He cut his heel promo on his win over Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, saying that he called it. He told everyone he would win. Kurt's not the man he used to be, and that he feels he deserves his own gold medal for beating Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. So that was pretty funny. He got a lot of heat for it. He then was interrupted by Kurt Angle. He came down. Kurt congratulated him, told him he was the better man, told him that he wishes him all the luck in the world, shook his hand, and then pulled him forward and told him bad luck. And then he hit him with the angle slam, got him down in the ankle lock, and Corbin was tapping crazy. And so that was cool. Kurt got some redemption there, but then he was interrupted by Lars Sullivan, who we hadn't seen in a while. He had a mental health scare or situation going on, so he was away for a little bit. But he did come down, got in the ring, just destroyed Angle, hit him with the little chokes, freak show I think it's called. It's a big slam, and then he hit him with the diving headbutt off the top rope, and just destroyed Kurt. So it made him look great, and he got some real good heat from taking out Kurt Angle. We did get the return of Alexa Bliss in ring, so she came out earlier in the day. She had issued a challenge to Sasha and or Bayley, saying that she knew they would lose. They weren't great tag team champions, and that she could take on one or both of them at the same time because she's better than them. So Bayley answered the call. Bayley came down and pretty much got squashed by Alexa, which was weird. Not too sure what's going on with her, but Alexa did look good here. It was good to see her back in the ring, and maybe she can get back to that championship scene and challenge Becky for one of her titles. Well, for the Raw title if she stays on Raw. But we'll see what's up there. Then we did have Becky Lynch come out. She cut her babyface promo on being persistent and never giving up, and she told Ronda Rousey, after you're done sulking, we can give you another match if you like. And she was covered Charlotte too. She said, well, they'll probably just give Charlotte the tag titles or something just to make her happy after losing to Becky. So she was doing fine, talking a lot of mess as she'd been doing. And then Lacey Evans' music comes, and then she comes down to the ring. Instead of turning around like she usually does after the end of her catwalk, she just socks Becky in the face. So they're going at it, up and down. Lacey was in some high heels, so she's slipping all over the ring, which was kind of weird. Or not the ring, the ramp, which was kind of funny. But yeah, Becky got the upper hand at the end. She put her in the disarmor, and that was a neat moment. So finally, all the Lacey Evans stuff is paid off. So maybe that's our next program for the one of the women's championships at least. And then we had Ricochet and Black take on Gable and Rude, which was a nice match. Of course, all these guys are really good. There were some great spots. One of my favorites, Ricochet ran on the apron on the outside, jumped to the second rope and did a moonsault off the second rope to the outside. Took out, I think, Gable and Rude, which was really cool. Gable and Rude controlled most of the match, but Ricochet and Black did end up getting the win. It was a cool segment at the end. Gable went through for a German suplex kind of roll up thing, and then Ricochet flipped, like completely backflipped out of it, and then he ran up and hit Gable with the code breaker kind of move, and then they got the pin there. So that was pretty cool. Nice match. Of course, these guys are all good. Then we had a weird little camera. It was just black background camera zooming into a cardboard box. A little puppet popped out. Looked like a bird, look a pterodactyl or something. But then it starts laughing and making noises. And it sounded a lot like Bray Wyatt. So it was a buzzard, and I guess this is how they're gonna return Bray Wyatt to TV. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but hopefully they have something cool with it, because I mean Bray deserves so much better. He's so good at what he does. And then there was also a backstage segment of Mojo Rawley doing his mirror promo thing again. And this time the mirror was cracked, and his face looked a little distorted in the reflection, and then he had like some blue veiny paint going over one of his eyes. So that was weird. So we'll see what's going on there. They've been teasing this Mojo Rawley thing for a while, with no payoff yet, but we'll see. Maybe him and Bray come back together. Who knows? We did get the announcement for Dean Ambrose's last match. He did come out. He's out to the ring, and it was against Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley comes out, and of course him and Rush are just off of losing the IC title to Demon Balor. So Rush keeps putting the mic to his mouth, but he can't come up with the words. He's really disappointed, frustrated. They get all the way to the ring, and Lashley just like gestures to give him the mic. Lashley takes the mic and he tells Dean not to worry. When you leave, I'll take care of your wife, which is, of course, Renee Young. Dean did not like that, so he attacks Lashley. They go at it. He pretty much beats Lashley up all over the ringside area. They make it up to the top of the ramp. They're fighting. Lashley hits Dean with a surprise spear. Kind of takes him out. Takes him over to the announce table, picks him up with like a little choke slam thing right through the table. Him and Rush take off. Renee Young comes to tend to Dean Ambrose, who's in a bad way, calling for medics and stuff. So if that was his real last hurrah, it's a weird way to send him off. That kind of sucks, but there was something at the end of the night that kind of redeemed that, I guess. But yeah, that's the end of Dean Ambrose on WWE television. So just as a fan, thank you, Dean. You were great, one of my favorites during your run, and wish you all the best going forward. And then we did get a video of Sami Zayn walking backstage, looking like coming to the ring. Before the commercial break, we come back, and then, of course, he comes out. It's a huge ovation. Everybody loves it. He gets down to the ring, and he pretty much just says, hey, I'm ready to fight. Put an open challenge. Whoever wants to come down. Nobody's really answering, and he goes to talk again, and then Finn Balor comes out to answer the challenge, so they have a match. It's a nice match. Something would be nice to see going forward. These two are both really good. Sammy didn't look like he missed too much. He looked like he was still, in ring shape, and he didn't look like he had any issues with his shoulders, which he was out for. So it was a good match. Balor did end up getting the win, of course, because he is the champion, and you don't want him to lose a non-title match, or any match really, unless it's for the title when he's ready to do that. But after the win, Sami Zayn goes heel on the crowd. He says he could tell they all missed him by the sound of their cheers, and he could tell that he didn't miss them at all, calling them toxic, and all they do is judge everyone but themselves, and that they're the evil overlords of WWE, and that he's going to come out every week and hold them accountable because nobody else will. And then he had said, I will see you in hell, and then dropped the mic, and he was gone. So that was cool. I like Sami Zayn. He's like the Daniel Bryan of Raw right now is what it seems like, if he's going to go that route. He's really good on the mic. He's really good in the ring. So his heel character could be great. So we'll go ahead and see what goes on with that. But I'm excited to see Sami Zayn back. And then next we had Elias in the ring doing his rebuttal to Cena's rap. So he did a few rap lines for Cena, trying to rebuttal him, I guess. I kind of expected Cena to come out He didn't, of course, but he was gonna go do his guitar segment and said if anyone, the next person who interrupts him is a dead man. And then, of course, the Undertaker's music hits, and a real dead man comes out to pretty much just squash Elias. He hits him with a big boot, hits him with a choke slam, hits him with a tombstone. So it was a nice little moment. Of course, Raw after Mania, you expect a couple of big moments. That was a cool one. Not too sure why he wasn't on WrestleMania. This would have been great for WrestleMania because Undertaker and WrestleMania are pretty much synonymous. But he wasn't there, so we got him on Raw. So I guess that's a good alternative. But yeah, he just beat up Elias and then was gone. So, and then this led us to our main event segment, which was of course the winner take all match: Kofi Kingston, the WWE champion, versus Seth Rollins, the Universal champion. And they had about a 5 minute match, and then for whatever reason they were interrupted by the Bar. Not a new faction, not a NXT call up, not anything special, just the Bar. And they came through and they interrupted the match. And Seth was pissed off and he told Kofi, hey, we'll finish this another time, but right now we're going to have a tag match against the Bar because, he can create matches for whatever reason. And so they had a match. Nothing special. The crowd wasn't into it. They were chanting all kinds of stuff. AEW, all kinds of, they just were not into it. CM Punk, everything, throwing around beach balls. At one point, Cesaro jumped the barricade and just started grabbing beach balls and popping them, because he hates beach balls. He has a history of that. But anyways, the match was whatever. Kofi hit a Trouble in Paradise and stomp on Cesaro, and then Seth hit the stomp on Cesaro, and then they got the pin and won. So kind of lame Raw after Mania. Nothing really crazy happened other than Lacey Evans and Becky, I guess, is one. And we got the bird dinosaur thing that Bray Wyatt came out. The buzzard. The buzzard is what it is. We got the buzzard coming out of the box for Bray Wyatt. And of course, we saw Mojo Rawley again, and then Sami Zayn returned, and then the Lars Sullivan thing. But other than that, it was a pretty tame Raw after Mania. So next week we have the Superstar Shakeup. Maybe we'll get some good stuff out of that and be the proper Raw after Mania. And then we'll see what happened on SmackDown as well. So go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of the show. You can like, dislike, subscribe. Anything would be a great reaction. And I'll see y'all for the SmackDown review. Thank you.